Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In the heart of Macedonia, in this vibrant city that we are visiting, the city of Skopje, there is a bridge that stands as a testament to the passage of time and the confluence of cultures. The stone bridge, as it is known, has witnessed centuries of history, connecting two sides of a city and in many ways symbolizing the unity of a nation. And it reminds me of a similar bridge in Scotland, the Stirling Bridge, where battles were fought and history was written. And these bridges are not just architectural marvels, they are metaphors for the connections that we forge, the challenges that we overcome, and the histories that we share. These bridges are more than mere structures of stone or of steel. They are the embodiment of human endeavour and ingenuity. And they remind us that to connect two sides, to bridge a divide, requires not just engineering, but vision, not just labour, but love. And drawing from the rich tapestries of Macedonian and Scottish histories, there is a recurring theme that resonates with the essence of our gathering over these last few days, and I believe that is the spirit of our peoples. It's the everyday citizen with their values, their beliefs, and their actions that shape the characters of our nations. And in both Macedonia and in Scotland, we have a rich tradition of folklore, of telling stories, oral histories, and that being passed down through generations. And these tales, whether of heroes or of everyday people, they serve as our moral compasses, teaching us the values of courage, of identity, and of community. We heard from my colleague about our great Scottish poet, Robert Burns, and he said, "It's yet for all that man to man, the world over, shall brothers be for all that." And Burns envisaged a world where every individual, regardless of their station in life, would stand shoulder to shoulder in brotherhood. And that vision, I believe, should not just be a poetic one, but it should be a prophetic one as well. And it calls on each of us to recognize our role in the larger tapestry of humanity. And even though it was hundreds of years ago, Burns also had comments to make about the position and role of women in society. But unfortunately still, women's contributions are often minimized. So I believe we must ensure that women stand shoulder to shoulder with men in our leadership roles across the world, whether that is in politics, whether that's in business, science, or the arts. I believe that women's contributions are essential. And they serve as a reminder to us as well that responsibility knows no gender. It's a universal obligation that falls on all of us, regardless of our background and regardless of our sex. But with this recognition comes a profound responsibility. And if we were to fight for our responsibilities as citizens, as fervently as we fight for our rights, just imagine the world that we could co-create. A world where every individual understands that their actions, no matter how small, ripple outwards, shaping societies, nations, and ultimately our global community. And that responsibility isn't a burden, it's a privilege. It's an opportunity to contribute to a legacy that will outlive us. So I believe we must ask ourselves, what legacy do we want to leave behind? A legacy of division, of discord, or one of unity and harmony? And in history, there are countless tales of individuals whose sense of responsibility has changed the course of events, from the Scottish innovators and thinkers who made groundbreaking contributions to science and philosophy, to the Macedonian poets and artists who have enriched the world's cultural tapestry. It's evident that responsible societies are birthed from responsible individuals. And our art is not just an expression of creativity, it's a mirror. It reflects our values, our aspirations, and even the contradictions that our society emanates outwards. And that literature has the power to shape opinions, to inspire movements, and to bring about positive change. And these are not passive acts. They are deeply responsible endeavours that contribute to the collective consciousness of a nation and, by extension, to our world. Yet, in our modern times, we are standing now at a crossroads. We have unprecedented challenges facing us, which we have spoken about over the last few days. We have political upheavals, we have environmental crises, and there is a pressing need to rekindle this sense of individual responsibility. And with the greater rights that many of us enjoy now comes that greater responsibility, or should come that greater responsibility. And in our changing world, where technology is advancing at an unprecedented rate, we must also consider our ethical responsibilities, and the choices that we are making today in fields like artificial intelligence, in data privacy and sustainability will shape our world for generations to come. And often our world doesn't suffer from the actions of the few that would do harm, but from the inaction of the many who stand by. And it's not enough just to be non-participants in injustice. We must be active contributors to its betterment. And this action, I believe, begins at the individual level. It begins with all of us taking responsibility for our values, for our actions, and for our contributions to our societies. So in the spirit of this forum, let us commit to being ambassadors of cultural diplomacy in our own right. Let us take the things that we have learned from the past few days back to our communities, back to our countries. And let us remember that the strength of a bridge, whether in Skopje or in Stirling, lies not in its pillars, but in the countless individual stones that hold it together. And similarly, the strength of a nation, and indeed our global community, lies in its individual citizens. So let us be those stones, those active participants, shaping our world with responsibility, with unity, and a vision for a brighter and more cooperative future. Thank you.